to be close enough. Will I have to be close enough to take it easy? Hey, Percy. Hey. How'd your
there,
morning
Ash.
training go?
Good. Just some sword practice. Nothing crazy.
Right. You seen any significant improvements?
No, not really. Well, aside for the thing that developed during the attack, I've gotten it to reoccur without needing the exact same amount of stress. So
Really?
there's yeah, the training that happened the other day. It was after a good bit longer in combat.
Mm.
So rather than the other form, felt like an addition onto the form I already have. It takes a little bit longer, either more damage or emotion. Not really sure which one was the kicker, but I was able to have it reoccur for a little bit, anyways.
I mean, that's great in itself. I'm sure in time you'll be able to figure out what the catalyst is to, to make it occur.
Yeah,
At your own will, besides just, randomly.
hmm. I think the intensity of the good feelings I was feeling wasn't really negative.
I mean,
It was a good training session.
yeah, that's good. That's really
How about
good.
yourself?
I've, as you know, I've been caught up in a bunch of team stuff. It's,
Yeah, I overheard.
yeah. I got through
Good kind of
most.
team stuff.
It's a mix. Honestly. I mean, I had some really good talks with some of them yesterday. But I also found
Yeah.
out some really concerning things about a
Mm.
couple of them. But
I can't imagine running a team is easy, especially with a mixed bag that is Firebird.
yeah. I mean, I care about all of them. I think I told them that I think they can all become fantastic heroes, and that's true. I think they can.
I think there's not a single hero in Firebird that couldn't become an A rank at some point in the future.
Exactly.
Of course, that requires either some of them a little bit more progress than others, I'd have to admit. But I trust that if they really wanted to, that they could.
They'll get there. It all takes time, you know? I mean, I feel
Yeah.
like we both understand that better than anyone.
Yeah. Well, it took this long to even become a D class for myself. I'm so satisfied with it. Well, I'm happy that I'm here. I'm not sure if I'm. Always good to get stronger.
Yeah,
Various reasons.
yeah. It is always good to get stronger. I'm happy you're here. I never really got to
I'm
say
happy you're
that.
here too.
Um,
Yeah, I guess we got really caught up. I didn't think I'd find anybody. You, Nico. I'm happy that I ended up coming here. It was by a shot in the dark. The only reason I applied was I didn't even think I was gonna get in, but I thought it'd be unjust for little me if I didn't at least put my submission in.
well, I guess, little you would be happy.
Yeah, my favorite hero agency, like ever. Kidding me? Hard to wrap around sometimes that I'm actually a hero in Firebird.
Same here. I don't think that feeling's ever really gonna go away.
It's hard to I don't have what the word for it is. Like, have that be a finite fact about me? You know, go out and say, yeah, I work for Firebird, you know? I'm a hero in Firebird.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I never really thought about it like that.
But hey, not only are you a hero from Firebird, you're a C-class and a team lead. That's pretty damn good.
I still can't wrap my head around it. Honestly, I'm trying to, build the confidence, and just, fake it till you make it type thing.
You don't have to be overconfident to be a leader. You just need to, I guess, confidence in your choice.
Yeah, any sort of confidence.
But you don't need the bravado.
Yeah, I guess. But any sort of confidence I think would be helpful for my team.
I get that. It sounds like you're... Well... Your team hasn't outlashed at you, so I imagine that's a good point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey. You alright?
I don't... How do you feel? I don't feel like I deserve to be here, Percy. I don't feel like I deserve to be here. To be a C rank. To be a leader.
To be a hero.
To be a hero. I failed. I failed so hard. I promised Ivy that I would keep her safe. And she's dead. I didn't even have the chance to try to. I said we'd keep her safe. And she's gone.
Did you do everything that you could in the moment to stop Samuel?
I didn't even know she was there. Until she was on the ground dead. And that's the issue, Percy. I didn't. Not till it was too late. I told the rest of my team to stay out of his way. 'Cause I saw it as a suicide. We'd all die for no reason. If we tried to match up against him. But because I tried to avoid it. Because I told others to try to avoid it.
Ash, stop. I don't know if I'm going to say the right things for this, but... Those situations are hard. Trust me, I know. I don't think that there was any correct answer. I don't think that there was anything more that you or I or anyone on that field could have done to stop him. Unless an A rank was on the field. You wanted to keep your people safe, and Firebird sometimes isn't the most organized. Things get hectic, especially when there's so many villains on the field. So many attacks. They weren't with you at the time. I don't know who they were with. But they were on the field. It means that they were trying to do their job. That's a dangerous thing to do, that mindset. If you give your all in give yourself up to protect somebody, you won't be there to protect many others. There's not much anyone could have done. Hell, all I did was stand there. You may not have realized what he was walking towards, but I saw you, Ash. You hit him with everything you had. That's the farthest I've seen him move since he stepped foot in that fucking mall. You, Catalyst. I just stood there. You did something. Regardless of whether you knew that they were walking towards them or not, you were trying to protect them. You're trying to protect everybody. You can't keep tabs on everything like that. It's impossible. I think you did the right thing. I think you tried your hardest. Without, getting yourself killed. And your team killed, which is good. Yes, it's our job to protect everyone that we can, but there's no one around to save heroes. So we have to do our best to protect each other. If you all went down, me and Nico might be dead. We were overwhelmed even with the heroes that were dispatched there. If you hadn't have come in for backup, if you hadn't taken out a couple of those shadows, more people could have been dead, more civilians would have been dead. You made the right calls. I don't know how hasty they were or what they were like, but I know they saved our ass on the field. And it's not fair. There's some things in this world where villains like that. I feel like Samuel is the type of person that knows exactly how strong he is.
Yeah.
And that's the point. They made sure it wasn't fair. You could be anything, Ash. You chose to be a hero. And I don't know if deserve is something we should... As much as I understand the sentiment, I don't think I deserve to be here either. I don't think it's deserving to be a hero. You gotta... It's an opportunity. It's a... What's the word I'm looking for? You're worthy of being a hero. Doesn't have anything to do with whether you deserve it. You want to be out there. You want to use your powers to fend off those people that take advantage of people who are weaker than them. The people that put lives at danger for whatever reasons that they have. You want to stop them. I think that makes you worthy of being a hero. You take action. Doesn't matter why a hero or why a villain strides forward to at someone, you're there. As long as you know it's with the intent to harm, you put yourself in the way.
But I break myself every time, Percy. I knew he was walking towards the dead body of Ivy. I knew that Alexis was trying to bring her back in that moment. I didn't even know if she could. But just by that slim chance, I gave my all. In one punch, and I went down. And I endangered other people. How am I meant to be a hero if I can't stand? If I can't stand up after every time I hit something? If I break myself constantly? You remember why I gave up originally, right? It was because of that. Because no hero should constantly be putting themselves in danger. Not in that way.
Well,
I'm just a liability.
You're not. In that instance, you took a gamble. Granted, you lost that gamble, but on the slim opportunity that they could have done something about it, you would have bought someone's life back. You do break yourself when you go over a limit, but you've been able to raise that limit, haven't you? Even if it's not by much, or whatever amount.
Yeah.
You're still here, you're still fighting. And that instance isn't fair. Mind you, again, you were able to punch Samuel hard enough to send him back. And all you got was a broken arm, and you went down. You know how many people can say that? No one. Except fucking Phoenix. There's literally no one else on the planet that can do that. Maybe your power does break you, and yes, that's bad, but you've been able to figure things out. You helped me countless times figure out what I was doing. And I'm sure as hell that you've helped others here. I know it's harder when it comes to yourself figuring things out, but you've found it. I've seen you, how hard you can hit without breaking your arms. It may not seem like a lot, because you're all usually up against other powerhouses, but that's my point. Maybe, yeah, right now, that punch that you did downed you. Maybe in the future you can still fight with that broken arm, even if it is just that broken. But for that moment that you swung, you're the strongest hero out there. You can get a hold of this. You have been. There are tips, tricks I'm sure you can figure out, and mastery, of course. It's powerful, that's the thing. It's impactful, your power. Makes it hard. It's not your fault. Not all powers are made the same, and God, that's just... It's difficult. Don't beat yourself up over it. You're figuring it out, aren't you? You have the gauntlets, you have your training.
Yeah. I'm getting that.
And mind you, you're all doing this without any basic training. I want to kind of nail it in for a second. I don't think there's anyone out there that could do half the damage that you can do with not as much training as you have gotten. You're already a great hero. I think that you can become the best. And I do think it's that. You need a... And mind you, hardcore training isn't gonna fix it either. You can't just become durable enough to hold your power, or to not reap those repercussions. It's gonna take time. Everything is. You need to take care of yourself, physically and mentally. And it's not... I don't think it's fair that you compare yourself to people like Samuel and Johnny all the time. All of you hit so above your weight class. If it was any other villain, you wouldn't have to go higher than 10%. Most of the time, villains aren't going to be that tough. But on the rare occasion that it does, you've proven that unless they're an A class like Samuel, they're not going to be standing after you hit them with that.
Yeah.
You just need to find out how to better use your lower percentile. Ash, at 5%, you could probably knock me out in one hit.
I wouldn't go that far.
That kinetic power of yours packs a huge punch. If there's not someone out there with some durability ability, they're not gonna be able to withstand that. And you've gotten, what, up to 30 already? Without injuring yourself?
With the gauntlets, yeah. That's the threshold I can go to.
even at 20%. And we can figure it out. You're not alone. We got you, Ash. Even he doesn't have to just be your team. You got all of D-Class with you. I don't think for a moment there's anyone out there that's better suited to be a hero at Firebird. It's gonna seem tough to believe that now. I already know you.
Yeah, you know me.
That's why I want to work with you. You're not someone that's just gonna believe all the words I say, especially if they're about yourself. You wanna, especially after that fight with Jonathan, you wanna feel it. You wanna experience it. I can help you with that. We can figure things out. Just don't give up. Please. Don't ever give up. I want to look up one day, and I don't want to see Halifax. I want to see you.
I don't think I could ever get up there. And it's not me trying to doubt myself. I'm never really going to aim for number one. Not in that way. I'll tell you what I told my team. Maybe we won't ever be number one, but we're gonna try to save the most people. And to be honest, that's what matters to me.
That's exactly why I'll be rooting for you to be number one. A lot of people get caught up nowadays in the big epic fights that level planes and buildings. Who comes out on top? You're someone that has that ability to go toe to toe with the strongest hitters, and you're still thinking about the little guy. And I imagine that's kind of what goes through Halifax's mind too. I don't know if he ever wanted to be, an A-rank hero. But he is one of the best that are out there.
One of the best there is. Okay, Percy.
Ever.
I promise not to give up, but you can't either. No more running. Please stick around. I know I can't say that. You've been through a lot. You've been through so much. And I wouldn't blame you if you decided to leave the life of a hero behind again. But you are making a difference. And I want to reach our dreams together. Save people together.
Okay. I promise. I won't run. So long as you don't.
We won't give up. We won't give up on our dreams. Then, no running. No hesitation. We'll get there.
Ooh, and edges, but come here, Ash. Not allowed to run anymore. You gotta take care of yourself too, okay? Seriously.
Yeah. I'm trying. I'll try to sleep
I know.
properly tonight. I finally slept last night. I admittedly...
Well, you only stayed up very late talking to folks.
Yeah, I admittedly, hadn't slept a couple of days before then. Too much to focus on.
Don't beat yourself. Yeah, I don't blame you for that. But still, don't beat yourself up about being a leader either. It's not easy, and you might not... And there's a difference between being a good tactician and being a good leader. A leader is someone people can rally behind. A tactician is someone that helps coordinate things and can help, in an actual battle.
Right.
If you need assistance, seek it. No one will think less of you.
Yeah.
But that hopefulness that you have, it's really easy to rally behind.
Well, then I'll
I
keep
know
it
things
going.
can look bleak. Just about to say that. Trust me. I know things can look bleak at times. I don't have to explain to you. I've seen the worst. Or what I think is probably the worst out there. But I want you to keep hopeful even in those times. Because everyone needs that light. But that also doesn't mean keep it up 24/7, okay? If you need to mourn, if you need to cry, you don't restrict that from yourself.
I'm getting told
You
that
need
a lot
feelings to be a hero.
lately. I don't know why, but I
If
always
the
go on.
No, I want to hear what you have to say.
I had this feeling, this thought that heroes shouldn't cry, at least not in front of others. You know, we're meant to be strong, symbols of strength. Civilians don't want to see their hero cry because that means they're doubting themselves. That means they're not strong all the time. So I thought heroes shouldn't cry. But I've been told by two people that's not the case. One said because she thinks heroes should have empathy. So maybe I should be the hero that cries sometimes.
Even if it's not in public, if it's as long as it's in the Firebird location in itself or anywhere, that's just. I do think there are times when you do have to hold it in. You're not entirely incorrect, but when you're, with your friends and you're resting, when it is even slightly more safe, you can't just bottle it all up. Trust me, it's not good. Even if your powers don't coordinate with your emotion, I can imagine it still throws off your focus. It's still. You lose a part of yourself when you try and lock it away. It's not good. I can tell you that I can almost guarantee you that almost all heroes cry. They just do it in their own way or on their own time. I mean, you saw Halifax. When he was safe,
such a bad way.
when he was down there.
Yeah. I remember.
He was mad. Don't blame him.
I'm not blaming him for that. I never expected to see that side of one of my favorite heroes. To see him so caught up in anger and despair.
Mind you, I wish he never had to experience anything like this, but I'm kind of glad I did. It makes him, for the longest time, he's been an idol, the Phoenix, the boss of Firebird. For once, I saw him as just Halifax. He's just been working here so long.
Yeah.
You never meet heroes like that when you don't work with them. And I think it's a good thing for everyone to remember that at the end of the day, we're all just people. Putting our lives at risk for folks that may never remember our name or completely get our name mixed up. It's what we do.
It's what we do. It's what we do.
Doesn't matter. No matter who, what, or why. You save people.
Yeah. We do our best. And yeah. No, you guys are right. It's okay to cry. It's okay to cry.
You have to mourn at some point. This job is dangerous. I would like none of us to go through this again, but we can't bottle it up. Because the worst thing the hero can do, bottle up all their sadness, anger, rage, and let it overflow at the worst moment. When it really matters to be a hero.
Yeah. I wish people didn't have to die, Percy. I wish Ivy was still here. I wish my family was still here.
I wish we didn't have to do our job. It's okay to miss them. It's okay to wish that no one would have to die. The world's gruel, isn't it?
It is. I love the heroes, and I think we need them still. But also part of me hopes there's a world without them in the future, where we don't need them.
I'd like that. World where we didn't need heroes.
Yeah. A world that doesn't need heroes.
Till that day where we all get laid off by Halifax cheering. We'll keep doing our job.
We will. And we'll do it together.
Yeah, we will. You're not getting rid of me that easy. Not again.
I wouldn't want to. I mean, I didn't know at the time, but you were technically my one of my first friends.
I do find that rather hilarious that you didn't think we were friends.
I mean, we didn't specify or talk about it. I didn't want to.
I don't think I've ever had a friendship I had to specify, Ash.
Friends are confusing. I didn't have many as a kid. At all.
Well, looks like you made a couple more here at Firebird, yeah?
Yeah. I'm glad. I'm glad I ended up here. Otherwise I wouldn't have met all you guys.
I'm more happy that you are here. All the talks that we had. Every ounce of work that you did. Even after you ended up stopping. And continued.
I mean, I wanted you to reach your dream. And I knew you could. And I know you will today.
I think there's a lot more I need to do to consider myself a hero, but I'm gonna give it a good try. How much I can promise.
Well, I'm glad you're gonna give it a try. But in my books, you're already a hero. You've done a lot more than most people at our age. You've saved many
I think
lives.
Miss Lindworm did something similar.
Yeah?
When we first told her about the attack that happened, they had mentioned that I was already a great hero. It's weird hearing that from someone you've looked up to for so long.
Yeah. I bet it's weird, but it's true. Really is.
Just can't wrap my head around it.
Well, I hope in time you can. And you can see what I see.
I'll do my best.
We'll both do our best. Hey.
Yeah, we will.
I think that's all we can do.
I'd say you're a good chunk farther ahead of me, Miss C-Class.
Hey,
Don't I report to you anyways? Aren't
no,
you like our sub buff?
no, I don't think that's how that works. I really don't think that's how that works.
I mean, when D-Class are dispatched on the scene, don't we usually work with one of the teams that are already on?
I mean, yeah, but like...
We technically fall under whatever the team is there.
Right. I don't... I've been having some people lately call me boss or leader. And I don't know how to feel about that. And I don't want to be like, oh, you shouldn't do that.
Yes, squad manager.
I just...
I'm just teasing you.
I know. I know you are.
You already do really great work.
Yeah.
Just hope that we can make you even stronger. You're already a great hero. Think of who to save. You act.
I'll strive to be a better one, though.
There's always room for improvement. There's never not gonna be a chance to get stronger or get better at doing something. And that's what I want you to focus on. Don't focus on how bad you are at it. Don't focus on anything like that. Not that you are bad at it, but you always focus on the things that you failed to do or that you feel like you can't do. I think you usually forget you kind of push aside the feats that you do complete.
Yeah.
The strengths that you have.
Yeah.
You need to focus on them, find them, and improve. You've already done so much with your power to compensate some things. The blast that you have is very impressive.
I very much ripped off my hero. I'm not gonna lie. You can
I know you did. I wasn't gonna say anything.
I'm not gonna deny that I did. I'm not gonna take really credit for that.
It's great. No. Honestly, to think that things like that can help you is amazing. Maybe that's it. All you need to do is watch more anime.
We should watch some anime together sometime.
We should.
I'm meant to, rest sometimes. Maybe we can just rest by watching some anime. In a way, we're studying to be better heroes and taking inspiration.
Actually, we can just watch anime. That would be fine.
Yeah.
Plus, I need to watch, what's that one? JJK at some point. I know they added, they had a thing with whatever happened in Shibuya. I've been kind of avoiding it because of that, but
We
it
can
took
take
some...
it slow towards that. The first season's really good. I really enjoyed the
Yeah.
first season.
I've had good and bad things. I think Summer had put something on, um, had put something up that, gave it slander, apparently. I know I saw that in passing.
uh, I enjoy it. It's not, it's not the top animes of all time, but it's good. It's worthwhile watching my books.
Like, we'll go through some pics and see. It's been a while. When I caught up on all my studies and the search for Keystone 5 or so years ago, everything else is kind of a blur. I don't even remember if I watched any anime during that time. So, it'd be a good time to catch up.
Time to relax. Put your feet
It's
up.
worthwhile.
Yeah.
Plus, I
Thanks.
gives me more downtime to... Of course. You're my friend. Besides that, you're still my coworker. So, we stick together.
Yeah, we do.
Although you can do it the other. And trust me, I understand what it's like to get down on yourself. That's one of the hardest things that I had to learn after everything. And I'm not really great about it even now. Survivor's guilt, feeling inadequate. But we both need to realize that we're not. We got this job for a reason. Halifax and the B class put trust in us for a reason. It's not unfounded.
Yeah.
You're a good D rank. I'm a good D rank.
You're one of the best. I'd say you're one of the ones
It's-
closest to becoming a C rank, in my opinion.
Let's not go too far. The season's running right there.
The seasons one are great, but they can be very brutal at times.
Yeah, when you're fighting Rakon for most of your life, there's kind of no other way to do things. But
Right, but sometimes the
there's
more
great heroes.
gentler touch is needed.
Yeah, sometimes you don't always go for lethal.
Yeah. I think a lot of D ranks can become heroes, but I think I have bias towards you. A lot.
One day I'd like to get up to C rank. I'd like to really shoot for it, but every sector has their amount of C ranks, There's a number to it. It's a paperwork and logistics, too, so
Yeah.
I don't blame Halifax if the day never comes. But if I ever do get an offer, I'll make sure to jump on it.
Please do. Don't hold back.
Actually, some of the things I thought about talking to Lindworm and them. Getting a little bit more, even if I don't become a C rank. I still want to... It's not necessarily about strength, but I want to put myself to that level of training. Fight like I am a C rank. Do hero work like I am a C rank. One of the virtues that the she taught us. It doesn't matter what label, whatever country or segment, association that you go into puts on you. You do your best as a hero. That's as far as you want to be. You want to be good at something, you focus on it. Want to be great at something, you go beyond.
Yeah. And I see what you're trying to do with, wanting to put yourself to that level, and I think it's a good idea. You're not settling, and that's a good sign.
I've never been one to be complacent.
You never really have. No, and sometimes, yeah. No. I still remember the rage.
My school
rating.
record shows a very... Oh, those were the good times. I try my best not to delve into that competitive shriek anymore, but it might come into play, actually. Ren has given me a pretty good idea what kind of hero I want to be. I think I can use some of those, Yeah, funny enough, it was something that he said. When he was at the Wham rally, he said something along the lines of, I want to keep their attention on me. I want to make sure that my allies don't have to deal with them. I think that's the kind of hero I want to be. Hold on, my shoes untied.
Oh, good.
I also do need help with this is something else I wanted to talk to you about. I'm gonna need help fixing up a hero suit. If you ever wondered why Keystone was ahead of me in classes, it's because I usually didn't do well in all of the hero name and suit like classes or segments of being a hero. I got lucky with Sunspot, if I'm being honest. I thank my dad for that. Not that he gave me the name, but going from Dawnbringer to Sunspot just felt not original, but right. But I have no idea where to begin acquiring hero suit materials or who to ask. I know Monty's one of them, but going to the greatest creator known to most of the world,
Right.
one of the greatest.
One of the greatest. Monty is definitely a good choice, and ultimately, in my opinion, when it comes to hero suits, I've been recommended a few places by Firebird themselves. I could give you, their contact details. But I would, as we talked about before, I'd be down to help you make it, design it. I mean,
yeah.
I put a lot of thought into designing mine. I think a bit too much. It's why it took longer than a lot of other people.
It looked really good on you. I almost didn't recognize you when we were on the field. It looks really good on you.
Thanks, Percy. Made me feel like a real hero,
Well, you are a real hero.
Yeah. But no, I'd be happy to help you with the suit design and everything.
That'd be nice. I would like it not to be an actual suit like this, because one of my mock-ups was that, and I can't do it. I can't do it again. I have too many.
You do really like suits.
It's always been a problem.
Like a lot.
Like a little too much, I think. But it's hard not to look proper after all this time. I mean, my mom basically drilled it into me.
I mean, yeah.
In the good way.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it does make hero work really hard, and I still can't believe I did multiple fights in suits, and I have no idea how I do it.
Really hard, and the cleaning fee would be so expensive for every suit, and then trying to get the repair.
You remember
fee
the
too.
sports festival?
Yeah.
I was also one of the suits, because I couldn't figure out a hero outfit in time. Yeah, that one's gone. There is no cleaning fee for that one.
Yeah, I remember.
That one's gone.
I remember that one. I remember that one. I mean, the suits
going through
great
multiple fights and. Thank you. I think the one slowly degrading each battle was not a good look.
You know.
On the bright side, My transformation doesn't ruin anything, so I have that to thank for. My suit's not being ruined this time.
Yeah.
Though the pants were completely messed up.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, hero suit, good idea. Definitely good idea. Not to say you don't look good in suits, as you are now, but a hero suit would be nicer. From the sounds of it,
Yeah, no,
for your liking.
it would definitely be easier.
Definitely.
This is nice.
It is. It's nice.
I don't think I remember the last time I had just a heart to heart or a conversation like this.
We should try to do it more often. We could make it
I'd
something
like
once
that.
a month, maybe.
That'd be nice. Check up on each other, make sure nothing terrible has happened, and if you feel like you want to have one sooner, don't be afraid to talk. I
Same
feel like that
here.
should go both ways.
Yeah. Please reach out.
I will.
Please.
I
I know you've gone through a lot.
Mm.
So I don't want you to be alone dealing with it. And I know you have Della and Nico to look after you, too. But I want to let you know that I'm also here. If you ever need anything. Anything at all.
thank you. Feel like there's a couple things I should go over with you then that I learned that I haven't told other people than some B ranks recently.
I'm...
Not to get down on anything, but
No, you're fine. I'm all ears.
you remember that thing with the because it's easier if I just delve into it. During the Racon attack. This isn't about the other thing I told you. I have told B ranks about that though.
Right.
We'll try and get with Halifax, and if not, they probably recommended telling the Season Zorn, which is probably a good idea considering the Racon exterminators.
Yeah.
But aside from that, that thing happened again, where I kind of... It's only happened twice, so it's hard to tell what it is, but there are these moments in situations that are not intense, but harmful in a certain degree to my mentality. The shadow attack reminded me a lot about the Racon invasion that we had. But I think the fact that the villain was laughing and taunting us and having fun, as they put it, struck a chord with me. It's like edging this threshold of power. Talking to myself to some degree, not physically, but hearing these questions of deserving to be here, forsaking myself for power to some degree is how I would describe it. If that moment, if I just gave up who I was, if I could stop it, if I could stop the summoner, Samael. I don't think so. I don't think for a moment would have been helpful, but in those moments where everything's getting destroyed, where I'm on the back foot, when Nico's on the back foot, and people are dying, that deal seems so in reach.
Something linked to your ability? I mean, it would make sense if you're putting your will all into this idea.
Yeah, I think so. I can see myself in... It's hazy. Anytime I develop or something, I don't know if it's My power is only developed twice. Once in the invasion and again now. So I only have to tie with traumatic events developing my power, but whenever I sleep, I relive the day. It's like I go through it, but I can take different actions. I can do things differently. I saw myself for a moment, raise the blade, aim for their heart. But I didn't want them to die. I didn't want to kill them. No, it's not good. But I don't ever want to take that deal. I don't ever want to forsake myself in order to complete a goal and possibly die.
I don't want you to do that either.
That's not how I want to grow my strength. I'll try my best to avoid those moments. It's really, I don't think the Rakon invasion would have come up so often, or an event so similar would happen so soon.
I mean, no one expected this. A lot of people thought Samael was gone. He was dead.
Guess I'm both mad at myself
Why are you mad?
for considering. In the Rakon invasion, maybe it made sense a little bit. Thousands were dying. All it took was one lady and a couple fucking shadow creatures, and I'm thinking about giving up everything again. Worked so hard just to...
You just want to help people, Percy. That's why you're a really good person, Percy. You'd do anything to help others. Seeing your friends get hurt, the people you care about get hurt. You don't want that to happen. I don't think you should be mad at yourself. If anything, I think you should be proud of yourself for resisting that feeling. That want. I don't think most people here could be able to do that. The idea of power and getting all that to stop. Even if just for a moment. A lot of people would jump at that opportunity. I think I would even jump at that opportunity. I mean, it's different, but I kind of did. The potential of more power, but it kills me slowly. If I ramp myself up too much to a higher percentage, it just... I mean, there's a chance I can die. And I took that chance. But you didn't.
I never thought about it that way.
And I think you have the strongest will here, Percy. Not just because you have will manifestation and can manifest it and everything, but because you can resist something like that. Because you can push past all these emotions that fuel your power to see the bigger picture. And to help those in need. A lot of our abilities aren't linked to our emotions. And I think if they were, I think that would be a really big problem amongst Firebird, considering how many people have concerning pasts.
Wow. Then I have the same request of you. If you can help it, please don't go over 100. Well, you go to 100.
Yeah. If I can
I'll help you. We can... obviously we'll work together and help you figure out the best way you can. I have a couple ideas I want to pitch at you when you get better. I think developing a kind of fighting style might help you. You kind of just mimic a lot of the big heroes. And correct me if I'm wrong. You go for big swings, big
Yeah.
punches, big kicks,
Yeah,
powerhouse hits.
I do. All the time.
I think you might benefit for something I do, which is being aggressive rather than going for bigger hits. I try to be oppressive with my sword when I'm fighting. Go for leg. Obviously, you're not a bladed weapon, so you still go for body, head, arms. But if someone's blocking your punches, Ashton, they're still taking damage. Even at lower percentile, they hurt. If you can get into a rhythm of pressing someone's defenses, getting them on the back ropes, dodging when you can, or even learning how to redirect some things, with your abilities, you'd be really good at, especially hand-to-hand combat. Using a tiny bit of extra force to, when someone punches, to deflect their hits, even in awkward positions with your powers, would be astronomical. It would throw their punches way off course. You don't have to take hits directly. You don't have to block. You're not only swift on your feet, but your abilities allow you to basically, with your own body, toss people, especially if they're not... Even people like Johnny specifically, who's probably already having trouble trying to hit you because you're shorter than him. You don't even need to use that much force to throw off his punches. Yeah, they hit hard and have a lot of force behind them, but that force is going in one direction.
Subverting the
All you need to do
trajectory.
is, yeah, bat their hand. Even weapons, like my bladed weapons, if you hit it right. Of course, you wouldn't want to go against someone with a weapon
Yeah.
barehanded, but
But that's still something to consider. It was something that passed my thought process at some point, but I pushed it off at the time due to the fact that back then even my lower percentages still hurt me. So it was just better to learn to dodge. But there are some situations where I just can't get out of the way in time. And for example, when I was
even
fighting,
if it's just a little bit.
yeah, I was fighting Johnny and I was hitting him head on. I was meeting his punches in the middle to try to stop them, but I was still sustaining damage. But if I had just tried to push them aside a bit, just even 5%, even though his punches have more force behind them, just slightly knocking off the trajectory could give me the window I need just to sidestep, theoretically.
A lot harder in practice, trust me, deflecting is
Right.
no joke, but developing your own actual fighting style, because I get, all the big hitters. I mean, Johnny's like a perfect example of like, he can fight like a regular superhero. He can just do those big wind-up punches, and villains either need to move out the way or eat them. There's no real in between. You can't really do much about his continuous strength. You don't necessarily have super strength. You have an ability to manipulate force. I think you need to look at your power a little bit more like that. I think Firebird has been looking at your ability like a strength enhancer. It's not.
It's not.
Don't get me wrong, you getting a little bit more muscle isn't bad. Having that strength, especially with your ability, is probably what allows you to get up there in percentile. Your muscles, your...
Yeah. You should have seen me just a few months back. I think people would describe me as skin and bones back then. I wasn't really just working on strength. I'm still not,
regardless of...
there, but yeah.
I don't know, you got some muscle. Not like a lot, but you got,
Yeah. It's something.
you'll get there, I trust. Plus, you've had a long history. It might take you a little bit longer to bounce back from stuff like that. At least from the medical stuff you've told me about. Your first step, way back then, should have been, making sure your body had the necessary requirements to handle it. But that's not a bad thing. You gain more mastery over your power because of it.
Yeah. I guess I did. But, I'm
I
trying.
mean, how you figured out how to do all that. I mean, you do the punches, you do the. I do think the Air Force thing is funny, but it is still a really good application of your ability.
Yeah, I need to be able to, make distance sometimes between enemies myself. It's the best way to do so.
That's also the thing that I notice is that I know you don't want to hurt folks in spars, and that's why you're holding yourself back a bit. But what you can do, if you really want to still be nice to them but give them a challenge, is you can do what you were doing and keep someone on the ropes, keep pressing the advantage. You're not speedy like a speedster, but you need to be aggressive with your power. You don't have defensive capabilities. Your defense is your offense. And when you want to give someone room to breathe, also giving them trouble, you should get close to them and start with that blast. Knock them back. Give yourself time to regain your footing, give them time to regain the footing afterwards. And once they're ready, re-engage.
Yeah.
Especially that blast at point range, like point blank range. It's like a shotgun hitting someone. And it's, not as lethal.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, these are all really good ideas, Percy.
Feel better, we'll start working on them.
We'll start working on them, definitely. And maybe we can work on things together. I haven't been able to see you train too much recently because I've been so caught up in leadership things, but I'd like to, so I can help fuel your application of your abilities. Not to say that you're not fantastic with your abilities already. I think you are, but I think everyone has room for improvement. And having that outside.
No, I think I have room to improve. My abilities are strange. I'd like someone that can comprehend them to give me some additional assistance. Even just recommendations on what I should try and develop, even if I don't directly develop something like it.
I think it would be helpful, definitely. I'd love to be that person.
I'd like that a lot. So far, from what I've explained to everyone, you're the only person that gets it, so...
Do people not get it?
I've tried to tell several people that I develop my will physically and manifest it into the world, and they're like, I don't know what that means. Nico has resort to telling them that I get stronger the longer I fight, and that's kind of not incorrect.
Yeah.
But not
correct either.
I've resorted to using that to describe my powers. The longer I fight, the stronger I get.
I guess we have similar issues in terms of that. When I try to explain to people that I can, enhance the kinetic and potential force that my body generates, they look at me confused, and then I go, I for short periods of time I can do speed and strength enhancements, kind of like Deku, and they're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But then
that's probably why they've been treating you like Deku, trying to make you into more of a strength-based hero.
Yeah, that's not it.
A lot of your stuff is physics, and I mean, you should figure out how to use that. If you want better projectiles, a different variation of your blast can be a ball throw. Get some metal marbles or something made for you.
Yeah, I was considering that at some point. And I'm wanting to figure out how to apply my abilities to other objects outside of myself, just not myself. For now, I can only apply it to my body, which is still.
If you do figure that out, you can have a reliable weapon.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to recommend it to you because you can only apply it to yourself, but if you figure out how to do that, even if it's just inanimate objects, it doesn't have to be people or anything, you can get a weapon to use in combat, which would help you a bunch, even if it's not meant for like every encounter,
I agree. Being able to apply my, enhancing the kinetic energy and potential energy of objects around me would be, substantial in furthering.
It would also let you I feel like you'd be able to simulate something akin to like super strength by utilizing the force to move objects and debris Not for, obviously not for fighting people, but you'd be able to mimic you lifting things up or moving rubble aside, stuff like that.
Exactly. That's something that I've been focusing on and considering. If I figured out a way to enhance, decrease the potential energy and kinetic energy of objects in a way, while also enhancing it. It's a weird in between of trying to use both of my abilities at the same time that would allow me to, place it onto objects, and it could theoretically also help with enhance my punches further if I can put that on an opponent at some point. People is a different thing, but if I can figure that out, I mean,
it's still at the bare minimum. Objects would. I think what you do need to work on is more your versatility. Again, people have been treating your power like it's a strength enhancer. It's something that you can just superhero your way through everything. You're a smart girl. I think you need to play more to your strength like that. Not that you can't. Again, you can still hit above, probably in the weight class of A class, but
I wouldn't go that far. I really wouldn't go that far. But yeah, I understand your point. I guess
until I see someone else hit Samuel and see him move farther than like half a foot, I'm gonna just maybe Halifax can hit harder when there's not like an actual ton of buildings nearby, but that's also not fair. He also has a literal explosion power, so I mean it's also like Warhead.
Right.
Unfortunately, not all powers are made equal, but the way you develop them is really important. How strong they get. What some people view as a shitty power can become an A-class power if the right spin is, if you're able to develop it the right way.
Yeah. I mean,
I think you play to your strength and your intelligence. You figure out ways to manipulate things in a smart way rather than just trying to punch through them.
That's the intent. And again, if I can figure out how to apply it to objects and others, I feel like my versatility expands in itself.
Oh yeah, majorly.
I mean,
if you can decrease the force of which someone punches with, 90% of the villains will become a lot easier to deal with.
Decrease the force
or just hits with in general.
Or I can always also increase the force of my allies and what they use. Imagine me using a bit of my percentage on you with my enhancing your kinetic force with your sword.
Oh god. That combined with my heat is already a terrifying prospect.
I mean,
or even someone like Johnny.
Yeah. Find those strength-based heroes and being able to enhance their kinetic force. I would have to be cautious about how much I, increase it. Because it could end up with people breaking their arms like I do. But theoretically, I could even just a slight percentage increase. It could
even
make
anywhere
an
from 1
difference.
to 5 is a... Yeah. Exactly. I think that's awesome. And see? I knew you'd make an amazing hero. You have ideas, you just need to not stick to the bad ones, the bad thoughts that get to you sometimes. We have all these amazing ideas, and granted, it takes time. And I know sometimes it can feel like we don't have much of that. But if you spend every single waking moment, trying to get further and do more things, you'll burn yourself out and your powers. They're part of you. They do just as well as you do. You keep ignoring how injured, how hungry, how thirsty, how tired you are. They're gonna get tired too. Trust me, when I was at Chi, I went full force. I didn't stop for the first couple of days. I wanted to make my name, I wanted to do more, but one of the teachers grabbed me and gave me a stern talking to. How important rest is, how important that you are ready. And yes, it takes time to get ready. That's the point. You take that time, you take it carefully, each day, each minute, each hour. but you take it in a way that you're not just training. You're not throwing yourself against a brick wall. You rest. You eat. You sleep. And when it's time, you give it your all. So that way you can be prepared.
I'll try that.
Till the next time that
I will.
shitty villain comes around, you and your team can kick its ass.
I'll try resting. It's just, I know you probably already know how hard it is. A lot of the time I find it hard to rest because I feel like I'm losing ground. I'm not able to keep up with everyone else. But rest is important, as you put it. And as you said, not resting will impact how I perform, how my abilities perform.
Ash, I feel like if you rest well and take care of yourself, you'll be able to blow past most of these people in like a couple months.
I wouldn't say that. I feel like you have too much faith in me, Percy, and I don't know. I appreciate it, but
You're strong, you're smart, but sometimes you can be a little. I'm saying this in the nicest way possible. You can be a little dumb and not take care of yourself. I know this.
Yeah.
And sometimes it will hold you back, but you have people and you have friends to take care of you and look after you too. Some heroes are going to be really strict on you. A lot of people aren't going to have the exact same methodology. Some people, and I imagine some of the B class, especially the one, I don't know if it's a B class or a C class that's training you, that really wants you to go, that told you that if you go down, you're not helpful. But who was that? That white-haired dude.
Isaac told me that at some point. He's not the same guy who trains me. Caleb is the one that trains me. They both have white hair, so people get them confused sometimes, but,
Oh, probably.
Isaac told me that, and it's true. I mean, my fight against Johnny wasn't really a win. Because, at the end,
I think the thing that makes me
went down, just like him. And then if that was a real scenario, and my team was still
It'd be in
trying
trouble
to fight, exactly, I'd be dead weight.
And I don't disagree with that, but I don't think you already beat yourself up hard enough on those things. You are smart enough to pick out when you don't need to be told that you're doing good or you're doing bad. You are smart enough to figure that out. Being hard on you kind of detriments you. You beat yourself up even more. You focus on training even more. And I think what you need to do is sometimes you need to slow down and take a look at it all. What you can do. Because I'm more than confident that you can beat Johnny. But that's also because I'm from the outside looking at your power inwards. All of these things that I'm saying, that I have been saying, I've been thinking about them since that fight. Because I do think that you have the capability to take on someone like Johnny. Johnny is a very strong individual, and he's very durable, but that's the thing. That's it. He hits hard. He's pretty smart, but that's it. He's strong. I know for a fact that you have ways to go about that. Yeah, sure, you can meet punch and punch with him. Maybe eventually both of you will go down. You've confirmed how hard you can hit. But if you play to your strengths, if you did parry, if you did keep aggressive, even those low percentile hits, like, as long as you were more aggressive. The problem is that you do hit weaker than him. He can take those all day. That's the problem, is that he can, you're not throwing them out enough. Not to say that you're wasting percentage, like you're going to be wasting percentage or anything, but he can take those low power hits all day. You can wail on him. That would probably make it a little bit harder for him to eat them. You gotta strike weak points, knees, stomach. Get him down where he's less effective and hit him hard there. You can't just dish out 40-50% punches. He'll eat those too.
I know.
And I know you know. That's why I know I think you can beat him. And actually beat him.
Yeah. And be standing afterwards.
We'll work on that.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean beat you up. Beat yourself up about it. We'll have time. So first off, you need a rest. Get something good to eat, get something to drink,
Should we...
and get that arm fixed up.
Should we go try rest now a little bit? Maybe we can watch an anime?
Yeah. You know what? It'd be a good idea to sift through what all has come out and figure out something to watch.
I'd like that.
Plus, we've been up here for most of the morning. I think it's about to become like a little bit past daytime.
Yeah.
So, might be a good idea.
You're a really good friend. And I hope I can be as good of a friend to you as you are to me one day.
You don't see it, but you already have. Means a lot to me. I know I'm here to help you, but these talks, even some of the more simple things that you've said, they help me a lot. Those small gestures that people think that I'll forget about in a day. Whenever things get rough, they're the things I think about the most. Make sure I don't actually walk off this building. I'm gonna put my glasses back on.
Yeah, keep your glasses on.
I really want to develop a power that either lets me self-fly or flight, because I am not used to an extremely urban environment like this. I hate how many buildings there are.
Flight comes in handy a lot here. I have 2 of my team members who can do so. Maybe they can give you some pointers. They less flight. They more so walk on air. It's really interesting. Alexis freezes her feet in place, almost. You know how she has her time abilities.
Oh, that's actually so creative.
And then Linda can make barriers underneath her feet so she can walk up onto them.
Oh my god. You see, everyone's like, oh, you have such a cool power, you can manifest it. Yeah, I never thought about, flying or walking up to a building, so I don't have that.
I think you can do a lot of cool things with your abilities. I mean, it's will manifestation. The potential of it is endless. You just gotta...
I think that's also the terrifying part of it. I can't really contain all of it after a certain point, I imagine. So I don't want to overdevelop it. So I'm very picky about... Well, okay, the past 2 times I haven't chosen to develop it. It's really... It's those emotional breaking points that have really just come into play.
Have pushed you beyond that point. But maybe we can work on finding ways that you can choose to develop it. And we can push you towards what you want. So then it's just not, random, in the moment things brought on by strong emotions. It can be something
that'd be nice, actually.
Want. That's what we do. That's what we do. That's what we focused on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Ash. Thank you.
Thank you,
I'm really happy that you're here. I'm really happy that I got to see you again.
Same here.
Okay. Let's go watch some anime.
Let's go watch some anime.